High creatinine? 5 kidney-healing breakfast foods to start your day. You're sitting in your kitchen, staring at your usual breakfast, and that number from yesterday's blood test won't leave your head. Creatinine, 1.8. Your doctor said your kidneys are struggling. Most people keep eating the exact foods that are quietly destroying their kidneys. I've spent 20 years helping people protect their kidneys through food, and breakfast is where the damage happens, or where the healing starts. Today, we're covering 5 foods that can genuinely lower creatinine and take the pressure off your kidneys. Real food, real relief. Let's get into it. Let's start with something you probably already have in your fridge. When your kidneys are under strain, protein becomes tricky. Your body needs it to maintain muscle, heal tissue, and keep your immune system working. But here's the problem. When kidneys are damaged, they struggle to filter out the waste that protein creates. It's like asking an overworked engine to process heavy fuel. It just adds more burden. That's where egg whites come in. Egg whites give you high-quality protein without the phosphorus that whole eggs carry. The yolk, while nutritious for healthy kidneys, contains phosphorus that damaged kidneys can't handle well. When phosphorus builds up in your blood, it pulls calcium from your bones and creates other complications you don't want. Egg whites skip all that. Pure protein, minimal waste, easy on your filters. 3 egg whites give you about 11 grams of protein, which is perfect for a kidney-friendly breakfast. You're getting what your body needs without overloading the system. Now, let's talk about making them taste good, because bland egg whites aren't something anyone wants to eat every morning. Scramble them with a bit of olive oil and toss in diced red bell peppers, onions, or cauliflower. You'll get flavor, texture, and extra nutrients without reaching for the salt shaker. If you prefer them boiled, peel away the yolks and slice the whites over a small salad, or eat them plain with a sprinkle of pepper and herbs like basil or oregano. You can also make a simple omelet, whisk the whites with a splash of water to keep them fluffy. Then fold in sautéed vegetables. I know separating eggs feels like extra work, especially on a busy morning. Here's what I do. Crack the egg, hold the yolk in one half of the shell, and let the white drip into a bowl. It takes 5 seconds per egg. If even that feels like too much, buy a carton of liquid egg whites from the store. They're pasteurized, ready to pour, and just as good nutritionally. The point is this. Egg whites give your kidneys exactly what they need and nothing they don't. Protein handles the building blocks, but your kidneys also need protection from the inside. That's where the next food steps in. Before we move on to the next food, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me which of these foods you're already eating or which one surprised you the most. If you're serious about protecting your kidneys and want more practical, proven strategies that actually work, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything that could help bring those creatinine numbers down. And if this is making sense so far and you're learning something useful, type helpful in the comments. If there's something I could explain better, type clarify. I read every single one because I want this content to serve you the right way. Here's something most people don't connect. High blood sugar and high cholesterol don't just affect your heart, they slowly tear down your kidneys. When your blood sugar spikes after breakfast, your kidneys have to work harder to filter all that excess glucose. Over time, those spikes damage the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys, the ones responsible for cleaning your blood. The same thing happens with cholesterol. When it builds up, it narrows those vessels, restricts blood flow, and forces your kidneys to strain just to do their basic job. Oatmeal stops that cycle. Oatmeal. It's packed with soluble fiber, which slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream. Instead of a sharp rise and crash, you get steady, controlled energy. Your kidneys aren't being flooded with work every time you eat. At the same time, that fiber binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps move it out of your body before it causes problems. It's a quiet, steady form of protection that happens with every bowl. Not all oats are the same, though. Steel-cut oats are the least processed. They take longer to cook, but keep your blood sugar the most stable because they digest slowly. Rolled oats are quicker and still effective. They're softened and flattened, but retain most of their fiber. Instant oats are convenient, but they're more processed and can spike your blood sugar faster. So if you're going to use them, just be mindful of portion size and what you add on top. Speaking of toppings, this is where people often undo all the good. Skip the brown sugar. Skip the dried fruit loaded with concentrated sugars. Instead, add a handful of fresh blueberries, a light drizzle of honey, or a shake of cinnamon. Cinnamon actually helps with blood sugar control on its own, so you're doubling down on the benefit. If you want a bit of crunch, a few crushed walnuts work well, and add healthy fats without going overboard on phosphorus. Stick to about half a cup of dry oats per serving. Cook it with water or unsweetened almond milk, and eat it earlier in the day so your body has time to use that energy properly. Blood sugar and cholesterol are internal battles. But there's another way to protect your kidneys by swapping out foods that create hidden stress. You wouldn't think of cauliflower as a breakfast food, but once you understand what it does for your kidneys, you'll see why it belongs on your morning plate. Cauliflower is naturally low in both potassium and phosphorus, two minerals that become dangerous when your kidneys can't filter them properly. Most traditional breakfast foods are loaded with potassium. Hash browns, tomatoes, mushrooms, even that side of fruit salad, they all add up fast. When potassium builds in your blood, it affects your heart rhythm and muscle function. Phosphorus, as we talked about earlier, weakens your bones and creates complications throughout your body. Cauliflower gives you volume, texture, and nutrients without any of that risk. It's also packed with compounds that fight inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the quiet forces that keeps damaging kidney tissue, even when you're doing everything else right. Cauliflower contains antioxidants and sulfur compounds that calm that inflammation down and give your kidneys a chance to recover instead of constantly defending themselves. Now let's make it practical, because nobody wants to eat plain steamed cauliflower at 7 in the morning. Cauliflower rice is your easiest option. You can buy it pre-riced or pulse raw cauliflower in a food processor for a few seconds. Toss it in a pan with a little olive oil, saute it for 3 or 4 minutes, then scramble in your egg whites. Add diced red bell peppers, onions, a pinch of turmeric or black pepper, and you've got a filling, flavorful breakfast that takes less than 10 minutes. If you miss hash browns, try cauliflower hash. Chop it into small chunks, roast it in the oven with a bit of olive oil and herbs until it's golden and crispy. It won't taste identical to potatoes, but it's close enough, and your kidneys will thank you for the swap. You can even find cauliflower-based bread or make simple cauliflower patties by mixing riced cauliflower with egg whites, shaping them into rounds, and pan-frying until firm. They hold up well and give you something to build a meal around. Prep a batch on the weekend and store it in the fridge. When mornings are rushed, it's already done. Vegetables handle inflammation and mineral control. Now let's talk about fruit, but only the right kind. Most fruits are off-limits when your kidneys are struggling. Bananas, oranges, melons, they're all too high in potassium. But blueberries are different. Blueberries. They're one of the few fruits that give you powerful nutrients without putting stress on your kidneys. A half-cup serving has only about 65 milligrams of potassium, which is low enough to fit safely into a kidney-friendly diet. The phosphorus is minimal, too. What you do get is a concentrated dose of compounds that actually protect your kidney cells from breaking down further. Here's what's happening inside your body when your kidneys are damaged. Every day, your cells are under attack from something called oxidative stress. Think of it like rust forming on metal. Free radicals, which are unstable molecules, bounce around and damage healthy tissue. Your kidneys are especially vulnerable because they process so much blood. Over time, this damage adds up and makes kidney disease worse. Blueberries fight that process. They're loaded with antioxidants, particularly one called anthocyanin, which is what gives them that deep blue color. These antioxidants neutralize free radicals before they can cause harm. They also reduce inflammation in the blood vessels that run through your kidneys, helping blood flow more smoothly and easing the workload. You don't need a lot. About half a cup is the sweet spot. Any more and you start adding unnecessary sugar, even though it's natural sugar. The simplest way to eat them is fresh, straight from the container. Rinse them, toss them in a bowl, and you're done. You can also mix them into your oatmeal while it's still warm so they soften and release their flavor. If you're making a smoothie, blend a half cup of blueberries with unsweetened almond milk, a handful of ice, and maybe a small spoonful of honey. Keep it simple and kidney safe. Now I know fresh blueberries can be expensive, especially outside of summer. Frozen blueberries are just as good. They're picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately, so the nutrients stay intact. Buy a big bag, keep it in your freezer, and use what you need. No waste, no extra cost. Blueberries are small, but the protection they offer is anything but. If what you're learning here is giving you clarity and hope about your kidney health, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, but it does something bigger than you might think. It pushes this video to someone else who just got bad news from their doctor, someone sitting at home scared about their creatinine levels and not knowing where to start. Your like could be the reason they find real answers today. Fruit tackles oxidative damage. The last food on this list works from a different angle, one that often gets overlooked. If there's one vegetable that does more for your kidneys than almost anything else. Red bell peppers. They're incredibly low in potassium, which already makes them safer than most vegetables you'd normally reach for. But what sets them apart is how much nutrition they pack into that low-risk profile. Red bell peppers are loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, and fiber. Vitamin C strengthens your immune system, which matters more than people realize when your kidneys are compromised. A weak immune system leaves you vulnerable to infections, and infections put extra strain on kidneys that are already working overtime. Vitamin A supports the health of your blood vessels, including the delicate ones running through your kidneys. When those vessels stay strong and flexible, blood flows properly, and your kidneys can do their job without added resistance. Fiber, as we've covered, keeps your digestion steady and helps manage blood sugar and cholesterol. But here's the part that really matters. Red bell peppers are one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can eat. Chronic inflammation keeps attacking kidney tissue, making it harder for them to heal or even maintain their current function. Red peppers contain compounds like lycopene and beta-carotene that actively calm that inflammation down and give your kidneys breathing room. You might be wondering why red specifically, and not yellow or green. Green peppers are unripe, so they're slightly higher in certain compounds that can irritate digestion, and they don't have the same antioxidant levels. Yellow peppers are better, but red peppers are fully ripened, which means they've developed the highest concentration of protective nutrients. If you're choosing one color for kidney health, red is the clear winner. For breakfast, dice them small and toss them into your egg white scramble. They add crunch, sweetness, and color without any need for extra seasoning. You can also slice them thin and eat them raw on the side of your meal, or stuff halved peppers with a mixture of cauliflower rice and egg whites, then bake them until tender. It sounds fancy, but it's just chopping, mixing, and letting the oven do the work. Keep a couple of red bell peppers in your fridge at all times. They last over a week and fit into nearly every breakfast combination we've talked about. You now have 5 foods that work. Let's bring it all together so you know exactly what to do tomorrow morning. You've got 5 foods. Now let's turn them into actual meals you can repeat without getting bored. Monday, scrambled egg whites with diced red bell peppers and a side of fresh blueberries. Tuesday, a bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Wednesday, cauliflower rice scramble with egg whites, onions, and sliced red peppers on the side. Thursday, soft-boiled egg whites with cauliflower hash and a handful of blueberries. Friday, oatmeal again, but this time add a drizzle of honey and pair it with sliced red bell peppers for crunch. Weekend, get creative. Stuff a red pepper with egg whites and roasted cauliflower, or make a simple omelet loaded with all your kidney-safe vegetables. You don't need a complicated meal plan. You just need to show up consistently with the right foods. These breakfasts won't reverse kidney disease overnight. They're not magic. But here's what they will do. They'll stop adding to the problem. They'll give your kidneys the support they need to function as well as they possibly can right now. And over weeks and months, that consistent support adds up. Your creatinine levels might start to drop. Your energy might come back. Your next blood test might show improvement instead of decline. This works alongside your medical treatment, not instead of it. Keep seeing your doctor. Take your medications. Follow their advice. But also take control of what you can control. And that starts every single morning with what you choose to eat. You're not powerless here. Every breakfast is a choice, and you're making better ones now than you were a week ago. If you know someone dealing with high creatinine, kidney concerns, or anyone who just got told their numbers aren't where they should be, please share this video with them. That one simple action could give them the exact information they've been searching for but couldn't find. It could change the way they eat tomorrow morning, and that could change everything. If this video helped you see a way forward, go ahead and like it, so more people dealing with the same worry can find it. Subscribe if you want more straightforward kidney health advice without the confusion. And drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 foods you're starting with, or share your own kidney-friendly breakfast ideas. I read every single one.